Hello. Today's quick tip is going to be on how to combine documents into a single document, multiple documents into a single one. So I'll show you an example of when you might do this. So here I have a student that has submitted an assignment, and I'm sure many of you have experienced this in the past. But a student completes the assignment on paper and takes a million photos of it. So now you have basically a million photo pages to go through and write your comments on, which can be really annoying. Students did this all the time in my class. And so what I quickly found is that it became very useful to combine them into a single document and write the comments on that document. What I'm going to do is download them, and you can quickly do that just by clicking this arrow for each one. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to open your File Explorer, and you're going to take a look and you'll see your files that you've recently downloaded. So I'm going to select these. And so once I've selected them all, I'm going to right click and there's a quick option to combine files in Acrobat. When I've clicked that, I get this window that opens up. All the files I've selected are there. You can rearrange the pages so, students don't necessarily submit them in the correct order. So you can arrange them to be in the appropriate order. You can also do this later, and then you'll click Combine. All right, and so now all of these photos have been combined into one document. And you can, again, as I mentioned, you can rearrange the pages after the fact if you need to. So there's two things that you can do now. So you could write your comments here and submit the file to students with your comments attached. The other thing that you can do is you can save this file. And then what I'm going to go do is this is going to be another quick tip. So this is kind of a 2-for-1 here. I'm going to go to the grade book and I'm going to find the assignment that the student submitted. And you can actually do a submit for student. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this combined file here. If you didn't see how I did that, so to the right of the assignment, there's a little arrow that'll come up and you click on that. This window opens to the right, and I just clicked submit for student, and then I selected the file. So once that uploads, you can click submit. And so now I'm going to close, and I'm going to go back to this assignment, and now there's a second submission. So this is what the student had submitted, and then I submitted a new version for the student, and that's the second one. What we'll see when that's done loading is that we've gone from all these kind of individual files from a student that you have to click through and give feedback on each individually, and then maybe go through and total the points from each individual file into something that's combined. And so you can scroll through it and grade it with SpeedGrader just like you would any other assignment, as though it was one complete document. Here we can see that we have all of our pages and they're all there. They'll be in the order that you put them in, and so you can leave the comments directly on here, and it's just all in one document. So I found this to be very helpful when students submit 20 photos of their assignments, and hopefully you do too.